because Google would have never worked with just one data point. So models do matter. You don't have to be a numbers guru to be a good marketing executive with numbers. As long as you have people who could crunch the numbers for you, your job is to understand what those numbers mean. I had a professor that I worked for at UK in the PhD program. He happened to be my brother-in-law. This guy always published in top journals, and he always wrote empirical papers, which means papers that are based on numbers or data. He could not run a regression to save his life. He just didn't have the ability. But he could hire people who could do it. Right? He hired me. He's the reason I came to Kentucky to do my PhD because he needed an RA that was a surgeon with numbers and stuff. So we came, and but once I give him numbers, he knew what they meant. That's all that matters. You don't have to be great with numbers. You don't have to be a great programmer to understand the functions of a good software. But you got to have an understanding of how things are done. So at a minimum, think about doing a minor in data science. If you want to be in marketing and you don't want to be a low-level person, or you happen to be in advertising, nobody cares if you're going to be an advertising copywriter. You don't have to know numbers. Or if you're in sales, just cold sales, customer sales, you don't have to know any numbers. Those are different skills. Reagan, Spivey.
My name's Reagan. I'm from Lexington, and my major is finance. I have no idea what I want to do. But I'm going to healthcare.
You want to do something what?
In healthcare.
Okay. I wish we had healthcare finance, but we don't have the personnel to be able to do it. Taylor?
That's me. I'm from Fleming County. I'm a management major, and I'm getting a cert in supply chain. I'm not sure what I want to do yet because my plans are always changing and I change a million times.
She actually came from Fleming to here instead of going to Moorhead.
Yeah, I didn't like Moorhead. But I'd love to be
Nobody
an
blames you.
entrepreneur eventually.
Okay. Alisa Steinkuhl.
Yeah, it's Elise.
Alice Steinkuhl. It's actually Stein, but you Americanize it. That's a German word.
I'm international business with Carol Design, minor, and I'm going to be a buyer, which is kind of the person in charge of buying all the merchandise.
All right. So that's a plane. Plane with Stein. Stein. Stein means stone in German. That for my first year in the U.S., 1987, I was talking to a guy about general relativity and stuff. I said, you know what Einstein did? He says, who's Einstein? I said, oh, you mean Einstein? No, I don't mean Einstein. It's Einstein. But since you're American, I'll let you have your Stein cool. Dakota Sutton.
I'm from Corbin, Kentucky, and I'm currently a double major in marketing and business.
Marketing and?
And general business.
How do they even allow that? I don't get it.
It was just 2 extra classes.
I know. Alejandro Tapias Reina.
I'm taking this class, taking my business minor, but I'm
You're probably South American, Colombian, maybe?
Mexican.
Mexican.
And
Two names are more common among Colombians.
what is Tapia?
Two last names.
They are.
Yeah.
But I am a biomedical science major. Pre-medicine. I'm taking business minor to be able to practice and with a lot of
Good. Ella Thomason.
I'm majoring in general business minor.
Okay. You know, Thomason is short for Thomas's son, right? Uh, Only the Icelandic people are correct about this. You know, you're female, so Thomas's son doesn't fit. In Iceland, they do not have last names. Let's say your father's name is Asvik. Okay. If you're a boy, you're somebody Alfriksson. If you're a girl, you're somebody Alfriksdottir, which simply means Alfrik's daughter. Lauren Walsh.
I'm from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, and I'm a marketing major, and I'm thinking about getting into social media marketing.
Okay. You definitely want data then, because you can't do social media marketing without understanding big data. Michaela Waters, can I call you Roger?
Yeah.
Do you know why I want to call you Roger?
Why?
Okay, I'm going to age myself. He was one of the most important guys in Pink Floyd, Roger Waters.
Oh,
I'm basically paying homage to you by calling you Roger.
fine by me.
Pink Floyd is my second most favorite band.
What's your most favorite?
Dire Straits, of course. Come on. Okay, go ahead.
I'm from Somerset, Kentucky, and I'm majoring in marketing, minoring in political science, and I want to do campaign marketing.
All right. You definitely want to learn about data stuff. I guess you learn some of that in political science anyway. Who's your favorite political science professor? I know some of them, so I'm gonna.
Shackelford, probably.
Okay.
Right now, he's here. Um, I have most of them online, so I
Oh,
know
okay.
most of them.
Okay.
Baraka, I guess would be my favorite. He's my advisor, my
Okay.
minor advisor.
Yeah, I know Chismar and her husband, the big guy. The Marcus.
That's right. I'm from Northern Kentucky. I'm majoring in accounting and finance. After I graduate, I'm gonna get my CPA.
Okay.
Be only accounting for a while. I also thought about getting into financial advisor, and then in the long term, eventually open my own firm.
You play any sports?
I play football.
Okay. What's your position?
I play outside.
Outside linebacker. You're too thin for that, man. I guess it works at EKU level. Huh? All right. Now we have about 20 minutes. Let me briefly talk about what the class is going to look like. I haven't finalized the syllabus yet, but I'm going to tell you how I'm going to grade you. Now, starting this semester, I made a big decision. In fact, it cost me a lot of time during the break. I am sick of students coming to class, not even looking at the chapter name, let alone actually reading the chapter, which means they have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. If all you want is me reading you the chapter, stick an online class. You'll be better off. Okay, that's not the way I teach. In fact, I never teach out of notes. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not me. When I first came in here, one of the professors said, "Oh, you're not using PowerPoints in your class. I'm going to dean you in that evaluation." I said, "Are you freaking kidding me? It's form versus function." Okay, I said, "Okay, I'm going to entertain you." I did a PowerPoint. I started lecturing. Suddenly, I'm lecturing about the 12th slide, but the third slide is up there. It's just not me. If that's you, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody works in their own way. So I'm flipping the classroom, which means I'm going to actually post starting not this Thursday, but next Thursday, material which will include a lecture video, uh, Excel files of solved problems and videos of those, and some sort of so-called formative assessment that you only have to complete, which means, let's say, for first time you're going to do balance sheet and stuff, right? So I'm going to post all of that. You're going to watch the videos, go through the material, and I'm going to give you one little quiz, maybe 4 or 5 questions. That's all definitions. Well, I'm going to expect you to pass that quiz at 85% level. If you don't get to see the next thing. I have software that allows me to do so, which means I want you to learn the definitions. I'm going to give you a little glossary thing anyway. If you don't, you're going to go back to it and remember. There are a finite number of questions in those, so eventually you will pass them. You can take them as many times as you want. At what level you pass doesn't matter, whether you get 100 or 85. Next, I'm going to ask you conceptual questions, things that instead of what, things that are answers to the question why and how. What is not knowledge, that is information. What can be found in Google? If you're going to pay me to be a Google for you, that's your money, but they pay me exactly the same whether you know the why or not. So you might as well learn the why and how, learn how to think. Second one is comprehensive questions. I'm going to expect you to pass them at an 80% level. Then there are numerical applications. I'm going to expect you to pass them at 70% level. Okay. I want you to be able to get a C at home, doing it as many times as you want. And I typically allow you to have multiple attempts in a multiple choice question. We'll go over those. Once you pass all three, you're going to get to the last slide. And that last slide is going to ask you, it's going to be a little quiz. I'm going to record the results. I'm not going to record the results of the previous ones. The last quiz is going to ask you what is 2 times 2. Obviously, you're going to make that into a 4. That's going to be communicated to the blackboard or to me. That means you completed that formative assessment. So it's either 100% or 0. Okay. This kind of forces you to do those. I'm going to post these on Thursdays, and you're going to have to do them by the Tuesday of the following week. All right. So that's so the first part is lecture at home. It's different from online classes. I don't know what they do in online classes because my students who take this class online and come into my upper level stuff, some of them claim they haven't even heard about half the stuff they're supposed to know. How much they know, if they heard it, I don't know it either. Because if the exams are not proctored, there's no credibility anymore. For some stupid reason, I was doing this exam, my second midterm last semester,